Hey, everybody, I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world you happen to be. Let me introduce to you my co-host, Mike Ball.
Oh, there we are.
Black Dragon and Mike Ball. Here we are in the evening. Yeah, we're here in the evening. Oh, my goodness. Coming to you with the #1 biker show in all the world, the #1 biker news show in all the world. And we got a special guest tonight and everything, and it's going to be very, 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 very interesting. It's going to be very cool. Mike Ball and Black Dragon. So here we go. And hey, man.
Hey, man. How's it going? we got all the good peeps in here, my man. You gotta love when you got the Breakfast Club that are hanging out. They're even telling us everyone to like the videos and all that stuff before we've even started.
Yeah, that's
you gotta
cool.
like that.
All right, so you've got this is your show, Mike. So I'll let you run it, bro.
This is a little bit of everyone's show. We're gonna have a great time. So we got what we call JG, but Jonathan JG Goldstein. He's up in the building now. Much love and respect, sir. How are you doing, kind sir? You're on
Likewise,
the stage,
guys. I hope the good Lord is shining down on you.
That's
because
right.
I'll make sure of it. I got a connection to God like very few people have. That's why I am what I am, and I have who I have. And I have a wonderful family. I've embraced, we're doing a thing called Adopt a Friend very soon. And that is for people that are really lonely. It's terrible being lonely. Everyone hates to be lonely, right? You lose a loved one, you lose something else, you lose a dog. And then, it's just like Big Brother. So we're gonna subsidize this. I'm gonna basically pay for it myself with my company. And we're gonna make sure that people that are lonely have an opportunity to meet with other people as opposed to just staying around being lonely. Okay?
I like that. So
we're doing everything we can. Go ahead.
So, first of all, I want to be able to see you a little bit. There you go. Pull back a little bit. Perfect. So, what I wanted to ask you is you go back, JG, you go back many, many, many years with some amazing, amazing people, and it led you to where you are today. And so I want to ask the question of basically how you built yourself up to where you are today, and basically
that's a great question. That's a wonderful question, and I commend you for that question. Well, in essence, here's the situation. I came from a household of let's put it away, Jewish household, and I was not religious in any way, shape, or form. I really didn't accept the Judaism thing, but I do know one thing: it was pack your bags, we're going on a guilt trip. Okay. Every time I did something, I always have this anguish. And my dad was a great guy. He's a little quirky. He was a doctor, middle class, terrible businessman. I mean, he's the complete opposite of me. Okay. He got screwed, blued, and tattooed. Okay. He was a nice guy, but that's just it. NGB. And I told him, I said, Dad, you're not a businessman. And he says, you're being stupid. I said, that's impossible. I'm a derivative of you. Therefore, you're stupid for creating me being stupid. Anyway, he knew he couldn't, I'm part Italian. You could tell, right? That's the cockiness in me. It's not, and I'm part Sicilian. Forget about it. And I'm Italian.
Man. What a combination.
I'm a Juwapi. Okay. And I get love from both sides whenever I go wherever, Vegas, whatever. I mean, we pretty much command the city if we go in there. I don't say it to impress people. I say to impress upon people. We know the Goodmans. We know everybody. And I've been very blessed in my life. I don't take it for granted. I always tell my son, don't take marble for granted. As a matter of fact, we have an actual sponsor right now. It's our construction company. It's called Versatile. And we hope that you look into it if you're in Northern California. We do everything we can to aim to please. My son's a perfectionist. He's an entrepreneur like me, and he's done amazing with his company. I started out with very, very little, and now he's about a $3 million company. So we're really excited for him. And it's called Versatile. You look up customversatile.com and you'll see the company. And he's a perfectionist. He's worked with very, very big people, such as the gentleman who's he's a artist. His name is David Garibaldi. So anyway, once again, this show is being sponsored by Versatile Flooring.
Nice. And
Okay.
what's awesome about that is another company that started from the ground
Yeah,
up.
I want to give that number real quick if I can. The phone number in Northern California is 916-847-2825. Once again, the number is 916-847-2825. Operators are standing by. It's a free call. We hope to be able to do what we can for you. We're the biggest place in Northern California in the upper hills, Los Gatos, and we're doing some very big projects. So we're doing a 62. My son is doing a 62 apartment building, and he's a general contractor, and he nailed it the minute. I really inspired him. He inspired me. He saved my life a long time ago. I was going to kill myself because I actually was in love with this young lady, and to me, love is very important in life. If you don't have love, you have nothing really. I mean, everyone's got to love people. We all need to love more. There needs to be more love in the world. Okay,
I agree with that.
There's a serious devoid of love. There needs to be, everyone needs to get out there and really start loving people and do what you can for them, because there's always somebody's got worse than you do. Remember that.
That's
okay.
A fact.
And we're going to put a big campaign together for the homeless. I'm buying a bunch of land, and we're setting up tiny homes. Okay. I'm going before the state Senate. I'm meeting with my good friend, Senator Diane Watson, Ted Cardenas, and a few other people, including the mayor of LA, Karen Bass. Okay, I'm a very powerful, connected guy. Trust me, you wouldn't want to get on my bad side, because I can take you.
That's why you're known as the Hollywood power broker.
Yeah, I could put people on the no-fly zone. No-fly that lets you couldn't fly even on private. Okay, and then not to mention, we can take your citizenship even if you're from U.S. Okay, we could literally transport you into another system. We don't want to do that, but trust me, if you don't play fair, you go quick, because we already got a guy right now tried to play me. I got 30 of my colleagues, all attorneys: John Mason, Howard Weitzman, Stuart Katz, you name it. Mike Mendelson, everybody. And they're all, and Lisa Goldstein, Rachel Goldstein, Jonathan Goldstein. Okay, what do I tell you? You're going to fight 30 of us when we have that much power? So and we're going after the bank. We're taking a damn bank. Anyway, go ahead.
Now we're skipping a few things here. So how did we get from...
Okay, well, here's how I started. I started meager beginnings. And if you're asking me a question, I'll finish it. Okay? With all due respect, here's the situation. I have always been somebody that is driven no matter what. I literally, when I got out of the womb, I jumped out and I'm like, let's go. I was ready to go. I was always been a really energy-driven person. Always willing to do whatever I can to make things happen. I don't like to sit stagnant, because to me, that's just not it. I always said I'll never retire. The only way I'll be retiring is putting new tires on my Bugatti or Rolls Royce or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
That'll be my retiring. I will retire the car. I will not retire myself. Nice. Okay, so really what it boils down to is energy. Energy is just that. In the universe, if you look in terms of basically how you manifest, I'm going to teach everyone now how to manifest. Is everybody listening?
Everyone's listening.
This is the art of manifestation. It's a real thing. Believe it or not, what you do is you put whatever you want to happen in your life, in your email, on your desk, on whatever. This is what your dream is. You basically say, I am this person. I am doing this, and this is happening for me. Okay? Right. When that happens, it is written. It's set within stone. Once it transcends in the universe, subsequently, guess what happens? It becomes real, but you have to program your mindset after that. and you have to say it's already happened. That is the secret to manifestation.
Nice. So now
you never focus on the process. Okay, you don't. And I'm a motivational speaker. I've been for years. Okay, I've been in front of Tony Robbins. I've been all kinds of things. I've been very blessed in the situation that I've dealt with. I'm good friends with Julia Roberts. I'm good friends with a lot of famous people. But these are good people, and regardless of what they feel, their faith, whatever, I don't get into that. We don't do that. We don't get political. We don't get any of that. We just look in terms of what we do, in the sense of what we do in Hollywood, in music, as music and film. We're doing big projects. Get back. In retrospect, let me get back to how I started out. So my dad was a really great guy, but he's very ultra conservative, and he would love my mom more than anything. Matter of fact, I got a button right here I'll show you of our family. But my dad was a general surgeon, and he's a middle class general surgeon. Matter of fact, he was a real funny guy. He would go into the medical thing. They had the cadavers, and he'd walk in and go, "Good afternoon, everybody," things like that. And so it transcended. Yeah, he had great sense of humor, just a great sense of humor. He'd say he was like
camera a little bit so I can see you.
He was like Groucho. He was like Groucho Marx. He would say, "I refuse to get in a battle." No, he said, "I would refuse to belong to a club that would have me as a member."
Oh wow!
Yeah, he was. Well, here's the thing. My father was very neurotic. How many people have worn crash helmets in the car on long trips?
Oh wow!
In a car.
No.
Okay?
I've never known anyone to do that.
You do now. Because you call up my sister and she will endorse this whole thing. I don't lie. There's no reason to lie. My next book is going to be called All My Lies Are True. Okay. I mean, my first book is from nothing to everything. We're looking at Random House, or one of those big publishing companies. I know it's going to be a bestseller. We've been working on this for a while, and it's called From Nothing to Everything: The True Success Story of an Entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I also have a movie coming out called The Entrepreneur. It's going to change your life, because I'm going to give away business secrets. I'm going to show people how they can make money. I'm going to do it today, as a matter of fact. I usually get about $5,000 an hour, but I don't like to do that. Even if I like somebody, I'll say, "No, we're good. I'm good. I do a lot on gratis.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I've held in a lot of cases for nothing. People I like, and I'll do things for nothing. Why should I charge people I'm friends with when I'm a billionaire? That's stupid. Is it not? Right. That's just greedy.
That's a lot of money to have, and then
Well, see, what makes me a billionaire is the asset that we acquired. Okay, that's what makes me a billionaire. It's worth 1.6 billion. Now we just had it appraised at 2.5. Okay,
let's have
and it's based. And let me just start out real quick in my meager beginnings of how I made my first million. Okay, I will tell everybody on this phone, and if they have questions, they can get me back on Q&A. Fair enough?
That is fair.
Cheers. Can you see me?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm holding it up with you.
There's my chalice right there. You see that? Look at that.
I like
champion.
That.
Champion.
Yeah, we all have our chalice.
Champion your future. It's champion your future. Don't be a victim. Be a victor. Okay?
That's right.
There's too many people out there feeling sorry for themselves, man. I'm telling you, I always bring people up. A lot of people want to knock them down. I'm not about that. I'm about empowering people, exciting people, energizing people, motivating people, moving people, making people millionaires, because I have.
And it's a matter of what I want to go pinpoint here is the network that you have built over the years, which is astronomical. It's lists that would go on for days and days and days. Do you want to talk about any of those accolades along the way? Well, I just
want to start out and show what I started out in the first place. I didn't mean to get off a tangent, but I basically lived in my car because I moved out of the house because my dad and I did not see eye to eye. Okay, but that is a true story. We did wear crash helmets in the car on long trips, and I'm telling you, people on the freeway would be freaking. They'd be like looking over and going, "Jesus Christ, what is that, stunt family? They're gonna jump the center divider? I don't see a ramp to you." It's like, what are you gonna say? And guess what? When we went to the motorcycle shop, my dad, in a clear conscience, just goes up and says, "Hi, I'm looking for 5 motorcycles, like the Bell kind." And the guy goes, "What kind of motorcycles do you have?" My dad goes, "It's a Cadillac."
I like.
You should have seen the look on the guy's face.
I bet. And I would be like,
He was astounded. He was absolutely astounded. He didn't know what to do. I mean, I'm like 15 years old. I look at my dad. I look at him. Look at my dad. I don't know. Look, my dad would have put a 6-point roll cage in the car if he could have. Okay, it's like he was a little neurotic. He was a little neurotic when it came to safety. Let's just put it that way. And so, based on that issue, my dad always looked down on me, and he always gave me shit, and I give him shit back. There was one time he did beat me, but he'd say, "Why am I beating you?" I said, "I don't know. I guess because I did something wrong, maybe, or you're under the impression I did. So go ahead, get it over with. I'm getting used to it."
So
Anyway.
not to skip your that story
No,
here. So
let me say, okay, so here's my whole dynamic. Here's my whole dynamic. My dad wanted me home at 9 o'clock every night and 10:30 on the weekends. I'm a drummer. Okay, I taught myself how to play drums. Okay, it's one of many things I've taught myself. I have the affinity to learn anything I want. I'll become proficient in anything I need. That's the bottom line. That's one of my gifts. I have an attentive memory. I have an incredible vocabulary, an articulate, colloquial, the whole nine. I know, I've got a 200 IQ. I don't use it. I abuse it. I don't abuse it. I use it for good, not evil.
Good.
I've been called the evil genius by a guy that I dealt with when I first got pro bono and gratis when I went to law school, and I went to court proceedings, and I came across this idiot named Lion Brian Myers, and he was a DA, and I was a pro per un gratis attorney. Okay, just got out of law school, and I went to Northwestern University, and I initiated dialogue and everything else. I had one case where a guy was purporting to be in 2 different places at one time. That's a neat trick, don't you think?
Absolutely.
I said to him, if it pleases the court, explain to me, this will be Exhibit A, shall we? Your Honor, with all due respect, how is it possible that my client, who's never had any previous offenses whatsoever, is going to be at 2 different places at one time?
Right.
Here's a timestamp of the strong arm robbery that he's being accused of, the assailant. Therefore, look over here and you'll see a video of him playing basketball with his friends at the same exact time. How does that possibly work? Explain that to me. Can I have an ex parte? I'd like to go up to the bar, sidebar. I'd like to talk to the attorney. I'd like to, the district attorney in conjunction with the judge. Or do we need to go into chambers? Can we go to chambers? Because I feel this is ridiculous. It's malicious prosecution. It's malicious intent. It's a deliberate indifference, callous demeanor. Okay? And this is going to cause this man an undue hardship and not to mention impeached credibility. What are you people trying to pull? What are you doing? This man has a 0 jacket. The only thing on his jacket is leather. Okay? He's never been locked out. Locked up. He's been locked out. Let's get it straight. I know. I did a due diligence. I have a private investigator. We went through everything of this guy. He's as clean as a whistle. Why would he start now enacting a crime? Well, that makes no damn sense. But you, on the other hand, Brian Myers, are a liar. And you're known for a liar. You have a notorious record. I checked you out. Guess what? Nice try, Sparky. Bottom line is, you may be an anti-Semitic liar because I'm Jewish. And I know you're German. And I've heard you don't like Jews. Guess what? Tough on you. I'm the guy that leaves with a Ferrari and flips you off every time. I hope you notice that.
So how did you get to your first million? And you were young.
Okay, I was trying to start. Then shush, please. With all due respect, I will get to that, and I don't mean to be rude. I'm just I'm just one of these people that I can't have energy in front of me.
I'm
okay.
eager.
Okay, good. I thought you were Mike Ball, but nice to meet you, Igor. Anyway, you're going to hear a lot of that stuff from me, so get used to it, pal.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, all right. So I'm like, a lot of people said I talk like the guy from Miami Vice. Listen, pal.
Yeah. Listen up,
I'm like Don, I'm like Don Johnson. You know what I mean? If Don Johnson were a lawyer. Anyway, okay. So basically, I basically didn't see eye to eye with my father, and he really kind of, he did everything in the best interest of my mother, who basically was, so beautiful and wonderful, and she still is. And she's 88 years old. God bless her soul. I told her to cut the apron strings when I was 17, and now she wants me to cook for her. So here I am now, going over to her house and cooking for her because I'm back in Sacramento. Before I wasn't. I was in Hollywood, worked with Tarantino and all the other people I do business with. And it's crazy, but, listen, the reason I left, well, let me just start it real quick, how I got where I am real quick. I worked for free. Now, that's the bottom line. You give it away to get it. I read a bunch of books. Okay, I lived in my car. I bought a Ford LTD station wagon, and they put, put a mattress in the back of the car, and they had a Woody kit. They look better when you take them out of the crate. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Totally.
And exactly, incredibly ugly car, puke green. Okay,
Oh,
worse than the vacation car. Okay, and anyway, so I cleaned it up as nice as I possibly could. I stuck a mattress in the back. I lived in it, and I literally read a bunch of books. That's all I did. Go to the library, get a bunch of books. I got Norman Vincent Peale, your Power Positive Thinking.
yep.
Your Arrhenius, how to win friends and influence, how to win friends and influence people. I believe that was Napoleon Hill. And then How to Master the Art of Selling, Tom Hopkins, The Green King, Henry Vaccaro. And then also my biggest book that I ever read in my life, besides Your Erroneous Zones by Dr. Wayne Dyer, is one of my favorite authors. And when I get my book out, even though he's no longer with me, I'm going to dedicate my book to him because he was
Nice.
instrumental. He was instrumental in my success. Knowledge is power, people. They say it all the time. There's a reason why. The information, we live in an information society. You gain that knowledge and you're going to be that power. That's my story. Because I gained information and I adapted to what I already knew and I implemented it and I customized it and I consolidated it and I did whatever I could. It's an amalgamation of a different, energy and information and everything else. Okay. Now you have to understand I've always felt like I'm magical. I always felt like I'm in a magic world, no matter what I was doing.
Right.
Okay. Because
I
I don't
think
know if
that's your
God
mind. I think that was your mind state naturally. It seems like that you were
this is
just
something
always
kind of
in that
cool.
magical.
Yeah. Have you seen this yet? This is the new vape. It's got an ambient lighting on it.
I hope they're
Hold on.
paying you.
That,
I hope they're
it's
paying
mine.
you if
What are
you're
you talking
talking
about?
about
It's my company. It's my company. Sure, I'm being paid, of course.
There it is. There it is. It's
Kind
your
of cool.
company.
And I'm also coming out Bugatti Key cigarette lighters.
That's cool. That's interesting.
How many people do we have in this? How many people we have on right now?
Oh, I have no idea at this point.
Good.
We're on like four different platforms. So
Are we really?
We're all over. So
okay, fantastic. So let me just finish the story real quick. So I lived in my car. I basically built my business on a shoestring based on the fact that I needed a trade. One of the things said I do need a trade, and I thought about plumbing because I was at Rio Americano High School with a guy named Kurt Sherman, and he was my auto part. We were doing a lot of things, different things, and we were in auto class together. Whatever what do you call that? Auto shop. So I learned how to build motors. I worked on Briggs and Stratton. I built like really badass motors. Okay, and I couldn't keep them because they were for the school. But at least I figured it out. Okay, combustion. Six. Like you got 12 to half to one compression. I've had a lot of race cars. I've had a lot of race. I'm buying a race team right now. Believe it or not.
wow.
So it's a Ferrari race team. And we'll talk about that one of these other days. It's going to be pretty heavy. Okay, we're talking about. I'm talking about 50 mil minimum.
Right.
Okay.
Right. No, that's a lot of dough right there.
Well, not really, considering what we have, but with all due respect, it is. In general. I mean, I got myself saying I'm going to buy shares pad over Malibu for $78. That's $78 million.
Yeah, bucks. So 78 bucks. I wish I had $78 normally.
Well, guess what? I'm buying two properties in Sacramento or in the area, and if anybody knows the area, they know about DeMarcus Cousins. And DeMarcus was Olympic gold medalist. He's got a 16 or 20,000 square foot home. I just made an offer on. It's in Granite Bay. You'll see it. It's quite amazing. 200-foot ceilings, and it's over 20,000 square feet. It's on 3 acres. It's got a winery. Look it up. You'll see it. And then also my home residence. But if you go there, when you go there, trust me, I'll have many security people. So don't even think. I got protected by you know who. I'm the SWW. I mean, I'm the S. Okay, we're part of the Beehive. You know what the Beehive is?
Negative.
It's about billionaires being protected.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, you guys need some sort of protection with that kind of money.
I got connections to the White House. Nobody can mess with me because my business manager knows you know who, and I know you know who. The DJT of you. Okay, thank you. So anyway, regardless, it's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's who knows you in this business.
Yes. Yes.
You know, anybody can say they know you, but if that person doesn't endorse and come back and say, yeah, I know them, then you don't know them.
Right.
Okay. And there are times that I come across people that purport to do something that aren't real. Like, here's a classic example. There's a guy that purported himself to be somebody he was not. I won't mention his name. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. But he purported himself to be related to one of the most famous producers in the world. And it turns out that he was more of a con man. He got me for 30 grand. I'm sorry?
Is this the house right here? Can you see this?
Yeah, on
Which
the screen, we're showing
I can't
off
see it. I'm looking. I can't see a thing, guys. Where is it?
Is it in Las Vegas, the DeMarcus Cousins house?
No. It's in Granite Bay, California, man.
Oh, let me get the right one.
Okay, so he's pulling up as we're talking.
I'll give you the actual address. Hold on. It's on Bella Brew. Well, I'm not living there right now. When I do, these people couldn't touch me if they wanted to. Right, I got a scrambled. I'm on a scrambled phone right now. I'm on a 35G phone right now. Right. Nobody can find me. They won't find me. They can't find me. I'm at one of my 4 properties right now.
So you specifically have to go all out on because of the essentially the cash, right, and the equity behind you, that you have to protect yourself on a different kind of level.
Well, when you're connected to a bank, yeah, you're a little more of a target. That's correct.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So you definitely need to have.
All my friends are billionaires and trillionaires. I mean, what can I tell you? You know, when I was the VIP director, security chief, legal advisor of James Brown, who do you think I met? You couldn't get by me unless you were a VIP or you had credentials to support your entrance. That's it. Bottom line. Okay. You've heard I got the hookup. Well, if you got the hookup, Master P came in and I didn't know who he was because I love reggae. As a matter of fact, my group was called Big Mountain. Ooh, baby, I love your way. That was my group. We found them in San Diego. They were gigging in a railroad car. And Bruce Kaplan, my partner, says, hey, you know, these guys are quite something, man. They're really good. We should do something with them. I said, I agree completely. So we called up Denny Giante, Irving Azoff, got Jack Warner Records. They got their record deal. They were on Reality Bites soundtrack. And that was my big group that played in Kyoto, Osaka, Yokohama, Seoul, Korea, Tokyo with my good friend, the heir to Nippon Sony, Japan, Koji Takarada, who is Mr. Sony and a good friend of mine.
Oh, there's the house. Okay, so we're able to see it on our side. You may not be able to see it on your side.
No, listen, I know the house. I've been in it many times. Okay,
so we're looking at it. For us, for the viewing audience, it looks like an incredible home. Yeah, this is insane. I mean, it's not even a home. That's a hotel.
It's a resort. It's a resort.
Straight up.
Look at the closet.
Yeah.
The closet, dude, that's like the size of like most people's master rooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the closet is crazy. Just the closet.
Listen, my old house, I could put 15 times in that house. But you know, and it's got a winery too. So I'm starting Windfall Wines.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about what Windfall is?
Yeah, Windfall is a creation from me and Vonnie Sweeney, who was my dear friend, who was James Brown's former girlfriend, public relations booking creator, and I mean, she was the head promoter and everything else. And she recruited me after I promoted Janet Jackson back in 1990 Rhythm Nation. I got to a point where I was doing real estate, and I made so much money in real estate and different things that I learned that I basically put money together to secure and isolate one little Janet Jackson back in 1990 Rhythm Nation. Okay. And we did 2 markets. We did Sacramento and we did Cal Palace. And that was $250 a piece. And we basically, all the money's derived, use recoup investment dollars. Everything after that is a profit margin. So you promote, market, and advertise, and you live off the gate. So you have to recoup and pay your investors back on the venue. Even if you lose, you got to pay them back.
Yep.
But I like to get 100% box office. I had 100% box. I even promoted Depeche Mode. I call it Depressed Mode because I lost money on them. I'll tell you in a minute. The bottom line is this. I promoted B.B. King, David Sanborn, Molly Hatchet, Rat, Poison Top, and Janet Jackson, 1990 Rhythm Nation. I did everything myself. I spearheaded the whole project. I'm just a leader. I don't know what to tell you. It's just the way I am.
You were born that way.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it.
But I don't look down on people. I believe that we're all merely blades of grass on God's green earth. No one works for me. They work with me. We are a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. I started Windfall because Vonnie left me all her contacts, every one of them. Not to mention, she said my name into very big superstars' ears.
So it was a beautiful. It was a beautiful way of networking, essentially.
No, what happened was, essentially what happened was when we had the show during the sound check, Jimmy Jam and Tara Lewis, who were her producers, basically said that she doesn't want to move until she knows Miss Sweeney's okay. And I said, well, so obviously Miss Sweeney's very important. Let's go find Miss Sweeney. Went down around the venue, backstage, everything else, stage and technical, go around the other stage where the trusses are, coming out. And then we're yelling, Miss Sweeney, Miss Sweeney. And in the women's bathroom, a woman comes out. She waddles out, kind of heavy set. And she was wearing a muumuu with a wig on. She's mulatto. And she goes, I'm Miss Sweeney. And I said, well, you're obviously very important. I said, I'm Mr. Goldstein. She goes, hello, Mr. Goldstein. She says, are you the promoter? I said, yes, I am. She says, oh, my God, it looks incredible. I'm excited. I'm actually the godmother of Janet.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And I said, oh, no kidding. I said, she goes, I'm Vonnie Hilton Sweeney. I work with everybody. And I didn't know she was James Brown's girlfriend, former, and head booking coordinator and, the president of James Brown. She was. And I worked directly with her because I was very, very close to Vonnie. Vonnie and I would never separate because she had real problems with health. And I love that woman. That woman was a soulmate of mine. More so than any grandma I've ever had. Okay? And not just because she was an icon in the business. It's because of her personality. I could tell you funny stories. And I'll tell you right now, everyone knows Kenny Bates, who we lost. Charles Bobbitt, who we lost. We lost a lot of people. We lost Majestic, who was a very dear friend of mine. He was with the Jacksons. I don't know all the Jacksons. Don't really want to know the Jacksons, but I did know Joseph. And it was no pleasure. Trust me on that one. And he was pissed off about me because I'm the one that gave control to his daughter. Okay? So he obviously had some bad energy there. I really could care less. I'm a businessman. Okay?
Right. At the end of the day, that's what matters right there, right? Yep.
Exactly. And I became the best promoter in California and probably in the world at this point. And I don't say it to impress you. I say it to press upon you. Why? Because God is behind me. God is my power. God is my strength. God is my everything. I see things in the sky. I don't mind telling you this. I saw a whale when we finally closed the deal. I saw a yacht. This is in cloud form. When my daughter passed away, do you know about my daughter?
I do not.
Okay. I'm a very giving man. We were doing a thing with Victor Newman, who's in Japan right now. You'll talk to him one of these days. Victor is a major producer who's worked on Waist Deep with Tyrese. He knows Sway. He knows Dr. Dre. He runs in our crowd. One of my dear friends. And Victor Newman, he goes by Gridlock, very, very famous man. And I met him through my other people from Sacramento. Actually, I'm from Canada and Sacramento because I was in my mom's belly when she came from Canada, Sacramento. So as far as I can say, I got dual citizenship, don't I?
Right. That's right. That's what I would say.
Thank you. Yeah,
you were created over there?
Yeah, pretty much. And I was transported over here.
Right.
So anyway, made a long story short, what were we talking about? Forgive me. I lost my train of thought. It was an Amtrak. It was one way it derailed. Let me get back on track.
That's the beauty of the amount of people and stories that you actually line yourself up to bring yourself up to where you are today. You know what I mean?
Did I tell you I'm going to blacklist Roddy Ricch? Did I tell you I'm going to blacklist him? I'm already blacklisting him.
I did hear about that. I mean, you did discuss that, and that's something that is.
We were instrumental in his career, and he didn't have the decency once he made his 25 mil to basically break off his family. He broke off his dad, he broke off his mom, but the rest of them are struggling. I'm breaking them off myself.
Oh, wow.
I'm doing it. I'm giving each one of them $1 million, and I'm giving their church $15 million.
That's heavy. That's super heavy.
If I don't tithe for the church, what good am I? You could be the richest person in the world, but you don't have God on your side, you're broke as a joke in my book.
Right. I agree with that sentiment. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Are we talking about Roddy Ricch, the rapper?
Yes.
Yeah, Roddy bitch. That's correct.
Oh.
He was staying at a place and he was doing something. No, I did. I got no problem with that. What's he going to do? What's he do to me? When I met him, he shook my hand. It was like a dead fish. Okay.
Didn't you tell me it was like this?
I
Like when
told
he
you this.
shook your
I
hand?
told you. I told you. It was like no energy whatsoever. It was like no respect, nothing. I have my own corporate handshake. Everybody knows that. Business brotherhood, togetherness, power, skin in the game, and success. And this idiot, okay, I don't like him. I didn't like him from the beginning. He transcended just like a you know what, didn't stink. Okay. Well, I got news for you. I passed a stool, literally a footstool. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, okay, so anyway, so I do a lot of jokes. I started out in comedy, folks, and you're going to get ready for some good jokes. Are you guys loving jokes or not? Do you like jokes?
Absolutely. Who doesn't?
Okay, I started a new chain of restaurants. You've heard of TGIF? Thank God it's Friday.
Of course.
Mine's called SHIT. Sure hope it's Thursday, but we can't figure out the menu.
I like
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, anytime you go to a restaurant and they say, name your party, just tell them next, NEXT, okay?
Nice. Nice.
Okay, and why is it whenever I go to a restaurant, they always say, please wait to be seated? Does that mean I go get orders from people just to get a table? Hi, let me tell you our special. I'm just waiting for my own table. Okay, listen, I believe that the pheasant under glass is probably, you know, it's what they call, you know, andante to the
Right.
teeth.
Yeah.
I'm a chef too, by the way. I'm a chef. I'm a drummer. I'm a dancer. I'm a singer. I'm a lawyer. I'm a promoter. I'm a manager. I'm an agent. I'm a financier. I'm a film producer. I'm a human.
And so, how did you get to where now we are at the title of Networking Tycoon, Hollywood Power Broker? How did we get to that level?
Well, it's who you surround yourself with.
Network, and the people that you truly
My
can
network
trust,
is
right?
my network is my net worth. Put it that way. I assembled an amazing company full of icons.
Okay.
And every one of my people has done something interesting in the sense of making some kind of a emphasis on a structure of, let's say, renowned recognition, like David Rossi Jr., good class. He's very, very famous in where he's from, Wyoming.
Right.
Okay. And we call him King David because he's connected to Pitbull. Okay. I'm connected to Pitbull in a different way through Denny Deonte. But I represent the biggest producer in the world. His name is Denny Deonte. Now, if you don't believe me, why the hell would I be dealing with him? That's the idea. This is the people you're around are your reference base. Those are the ones that are going to speak on your behalf. Those are the people. If you're wasting your time, is this person real or not real? Are they true? Are they factual? You know how many times people have said to me, like this guy David Lucas, who's on Kill Tony. I know him. I contacted him and I said, listen, I'm a billionaire financier. I'd like to do something with you. I used to do comedy. I love the show. You're a good roaster. You know, I knew Patrice O'Neill. He passed away. You know, I know Eddie Griffin. I know
Patrice
a lot
O'Neill
of people.
Was amazing. Yep.
Yeah, I was sad to hear. I was sad to hear him and Greg Giraldo. I can't remember his name. That guy was good too. Good friends with Dave Attell. I've known Dave Attell for years. Okay. I also know Bruce. What's his name? I always forget his name, but he's got the silver hair. It's Bruce. And Bruce is very famous, and I know a lot of very famous. You know, I'm good friends with who's Jock Howard. I'll get it later. That's all right. They could just go to my whatchamacallit. Go to one of my voicemails. Anyway, are we talking?
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking.
All right,
Absolutely.
All right, cheers. Here's the boat drinks.
Cheers.
That's what they call it, boat drinks. Okay.
Absolutely. Cheers.
I'm going to show you my art in a minute. I got about $3 million worth of art in here. Plus, I actually have the egg that Michael Jackson had. It's a Fabergé egg.
Wow.
It's
so
worth
so was the connection through the Jacksons like that, or
because I've known the Jackson. Well, dude, I promoted. I'm the one that gave Janet a break. What do you mean?
So there was that connection.
I really hasten your. I don't understand your question, man. I'm kind of confused. Now, if you understand,
what I'm asking is how, because I know there's a different connection, and that's why I'm asking you these questions in a certain way. is that I understand that you have a different connection than, let's just say, knowing somebody. You have a different little big connection of why you would even have that egg in the first place, Michael Jackson's egg.
Because I'm very close. I know Catherine for years. That's why.
Exactly. Dude,
you realize that Tommy Ray Brown is my sister. She's my sister from another mother. And James Brown II, he's my nephew. They're in the UK. Okay, we're all connected, and I am the undercover brother. Why am I the undercover brother? Because I'm a black man in a white man's body. Okay, for real, no cap, on God.
No cap.
Stop the cap.
No capping. I like that.
Don't play me, man. Don't try to play me.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Wrong person don't get it twisted. With, right? Like I said, don't get it twisted. I'm more of a black guy than I am a white guy, but I love everybody. Okay,
that's cool. There's all love. It's all love.
Yeah, but exactly Undercover Brother, that was the project with Denise Richards and Neil Patrick Harris and John Feldheimer, good friend from I'm going to buy Lionsgate. I'm talking to John about buying Lionsgate and Cinema Island.
Damn. Now we're talking some cash.
Yeah, we got. Listen, I got untapped resources. I got people throwing me 500 million, 600 million. Okay. It's gotten to that point where if you get enough energy to people and they realize what you're capable of, you don't have to ask for too much. Okay, they're saying, hey, by the way, I got 500 million. I want you to go buy this for me and negotiate the best deal. And anything you save, I'll pay you. Think about that.
Wow. So you're only talking for money, at that point. I see. I
like
that.
If it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense in my book.
That's right. It's got to make money to make sense. Absolutely.
Yeah. How many people we have in our crowd at this point?
I have no idea. It's 4 different platforms running. No idea. Couldn't tell you. And it plays after we're done. So
okay. Well, I'll be on every news channel, as you know, because
I was just about to bring that up.
Go ahead. I
wanted to ask you that you are soon to be. Well, I mean, you're already an international person, right? Like everyone. Like your name is something you can easily look up. Now you are going international with multiple networks, the real mainstream networks. Now I want to ask you, how is that happening and why? Because you have a big mission.
Because I did Sir Brett Livingston Strong, who wanted to liquidate this, and he gave me first right of refusal based on a relationship. He was offered 250, and I threw him a $400 million offer because I was a mandate for somebody. And I was able to allocate and earmark that particular amount. So I said, I'll give you 40 million right now down, secure the asset, and we'll get like a bank comfort letter, proof of funds, or something to support like an SBLC, which is a standard bank letter of credit, or possibly something of a LOI nature, something that basically constitutes that there's funding behind it. Okay. And because of the intrinsic value of this whole thing, my business manager is a foremost appraiser, Walter Miller. He owns a college for appraisers. And he knows the president. He knows him very well. And he's put people in office and everything else. He was with the Reagan administration. Matter of fact, I know who shot Kennedy. I won't talk about it here, but I know who did.
You're like, we ain't speaking that. Yeah,
no, I won't. I know things that people don't understand. That's why I have security. I have secrets that people cannot know. I don't disseminate anything. Like I'm like Fort Knox. There's attorney-client privilege whenever I talk. And I have a lot of A-list clients, so I would never disseminate. But here's the thing: I may not understand what they some of them. I don't agree with a lot of things that they, relate to. Like I had a beautiful house. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see my place on King Road on Sunset Avenue, off of Sunset Avenue, King Road on Vista Avenue, King Road. I'm sorry, 8475, in Hollywood Hills, and you'll see it's a beautiful place, and you'll see it overlook the whole city. It's a $1 billion view. Uninstructed. Okay. It used to belong to a very, very famous guy. Okay. And I won't tell you who it is. It does. They want to be bothered. Okay, and that's fine.
Mhm.
They're friends of mine. They're friends of mine. They offered me to use the place because they know I'm a good lawyer. So they said, "Why don't you use the place? We're not using it." And I was there for my bodyguard, and his name is
Wow.
Trap, and you'll see him also. He's about 6'5", 6'8", and he's a national kickboxing champion, and he's with UFC. He's with the he was with I don't remember what it was, but his name is Dave Vanazian, and he goes by Trap,
Hmm.
and
Interesting.
that's one of my bouncers. And my
Wow.
other guy is as Baby Tyson, James Brock, great man. He's going to be in a lot of our things, and he's a great guy. He's good friends with Floyd Mayweather, Roger Mayweather. He was good friends with Nipsey Hussle. He's
Yep.
good friends with Meek Mill, YG. How do you think that Roddy Ricch got where he was?
Right.
Think about that. Think about what I just told you.
Well, I already know that it essentially just even when he came up to you, and I know the backstory a little bit, he really wasn't a thing. I mean, he was a thing, but he wasn't like
No, he was on the cusp.
right on the cusp, and that attitude that he gave you, and you're like, no, I'm the
It
guy
was
that you want
disgusting.
to talk
But
to.
I gravitated towards his uncle. His uncle and I became best of friends. His
Oh.
uncle was my driver in Burbank. Okay, so
Mm.
I became best of friends with him. And I said, you know what? I can't stand your nephew, but I like you. And I'm going to help you because you want me to help him. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I wouldn't do it
Wow.
for him. Why would
Right.
I? The guy's got a terrible attitude. He's a narcissist. He thinks he's a gang member. He's an idiot.
Well, hey,
Okay, I got Benny
I never
Deontay calling
know.
in. Hold on. Oh shit!
Let's
Are
see
you
what
kidding
happens
me?
there.
The phone just went dead.
No, you're still alive. Oh, it might have died now. No, I still hear him. Hmm. Well, as soon as I see that move, I'll bring him back in. So, Black Dragon, what do you think about what is going on now? I know that you had a very, very small amount of knowledge of who this person is. Now, having him on and being able to talk about whether it's from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, all of that, this is like 30, 35 years worth of like networking of going from your car, like you said, all the way up to the position he's at now. Now, what he just said, what I got out of that was surround yourself with the right people. You know what I mean? And I would not be in the position I am in right now without the people around me, and that includes you. I'm very blessed with the people that have come into my life. Eric Zuley, for an example, from Easy Way TV, he absolutely single-handedly changed my life. And it only takes one person to change your life in that sense, and I think he's right 100% about it's who you are. I say it's the 5 people you talk to for no good reason, let alone anything else. But you are the average of the 5 people you talk to for no good reason whatsoever. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
What a trip.
I haven't thought of it that way, but yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And I've said on the internet many times, I would not be where I am today. I mean, I could be homeless. I could be out in the street. I could be drugged up, alcoholed up, doing all these things. Who knows? If I didn't have the support system that I had and the people that are backing me that I surrounded myself with, maybe I wouldn't be standing today.
Amen.
Quite literally, you know? So, yeah, man, I thought that this, first of all, was a very eccentric episode. Obviously, anytime that you have someone of insane status and insane amount of network, you're gonna have probably stories for days. I mean, like, trust me, and I know that because I've been on the phone with him, for hours and hours and hours at a time, and in the sense, it can seem like someone is like BSing this, BSing that, saying this, saying that, and then you look it up and you're like, oh wow, you know what I mean? Like, That's crazy. Had no idea, and he, like I said, I don't know any billionaire, like extremely high millionaire that is not as eccentric. They all kind of seem to be a little eccentric. And I think you have to be.
I say this in motorcycle clubs. It's kind of interesting. It's the same things that build you and make you great and make you a great conqueror of motorcycle clubs and stuff like that. The same things that make you a great leader make you all these other things as well. The personality traits of an eccentric person also happens to be the personality traits of a well disciplined person, and a person who makes things happen, and a person who finds new ways to make things happen. I mean, a person that takes himself from a car to a billionaire status. There's something to be said for that. They don't just be handing billions out like that. You got to get out there and get funky with it. And
somehow, because somehow, some way, you've got to acquire it, right? Like someone's got to give it,
and then you got to keep it.
And then you got to keep it and understand cash flow and you know what I mean? Like, absolutely, financial literacy is hard.
I mean, just look at Donald Trump for a second. I mean, if all of the trials, if he is not able to prevail in the ones that he's lost so far, hell, $400 and some million in New York, another $80 million to the lady that won the lawsuit against him, and he's got lawsuits stacked up. I mean, how do you keep the money? $500 million gone. $500 million.
Like
GOWN.
500 million.
GOWN gone. Just like that. Like he wasn't to spend $500 million this year.
Right.
That might have been all the cash he had, but hell, I'm just going to hold on to this. Like,
I don't know anybody that could spend that kind of money. I mean, like, what are you buying at that point? That's so much money.
He's buying our guest is buying. I looked at that home that he was talking about. Oh my God, that thing is fantastic. I mean, he's buying all kinds of. You can lose that money if you don't know how to keep it. And regenerate you some more. So these guys are pretty amazing on many different levels. That
they're thinking on sometimes a different playing field than I would say most. Sometimes that can make them
in their life than most people will ever see.
Oh yeah, no, 99.999% of the population will never understand that level of money. And I hope I understand it one day, but the odds are against me because that's a lot of money, man. Like, that's a lot of dough. So, nonetheless,
the minute that you do understand it will be the minute that you be having you some. And don't forget me, Mike Ball, when that happens. I don't want to be forgotten over here. I don't want to be the old guy that you just ran off and forgot. You just forgot me. I feel forgotten.
Stop the cap right now. Don't even try that with me. I ain't going nowhere.
I feel forgotten already.
Right. Okay, sure. Yep. I include you in literally everything. Right.
Yeah, but I feel forgotten then.
Yeah. No, you know what I give you for that is Yes, sir. That's what you get for that. That was lame.
No, well, says you. But But I, the forgotten one, I feel like, well.
Crickets? Nothing's happening?
Nothing. You're going to forget me, and you're going to go off and.
Look at all the use cases you've got right now.
Then you're going to slam the door on me.
Wow.
I'll be forgotten. Yeah. I'll be out in the.
Damn, like that? You think?
Yeah, I got some real use cases tonight for my buttons.
Hey, we got to play around tonight, didn't we?
Sir. Yes, sir. Well, Mike Ball, that was an interesting show for us. That was the first time we've ever done something like just like completely off.
Completely off. And that's what I love, honestly. A lot of the
we had a billionaire. This is my first billionaire. Like, I've never spoken to a straight up, that I know of, like Howard Hughes, which is you're too young to know about him, but Howard Hughes would
I know the
walk
name.
around. Well, the person, no, he would walk around, and a guy loaned him a quarter one time, and he gave that guy some crazy god amount of money, $25,000 or something, when he died,
Sure.
to pay back the quarter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's amazing when you've got that, what you can do in a good way. I always say, they say
And I say
money.
$25,000 like today. Nobody thinks that
No,
exactly. He gave that
that's like
25,000.
500,000
Yeah,
now.
it was real world
I say
money.
happiness is not, money does not create happiness. It's about who you give it to. That, in my opinion, who you give it to can create true happiness in a totally different way.
I agree. Absolutely. Yes.
So, nonetheless, I think that was a very fun episode. We got to enjoy ourselves and hear some awesome stories, and we got to have the entire chat in here. Much love and respect to everyone that got to hang out with us. Yep, absolutely. So until the next one, nothing but the utmost love and respect, Dragon. What I was going to say before we headed out was, one of the favorite things I've been doing has been human interest, world news, stuff that current happenings. These are stuff that I actually really, really enjoy doing. And anything that's totally off the cusp.
You like that we've been doing lately?
Yes. I actually really, really enjoyed that. Like that's the type of news and time and things that people are not gonna know unless we put out. You know what I mean? Like, and especially what's cool is our audience is, they're not just focused on biker stuff. They, like, what I've realized is they really do love the human interest and world's news. That's what I found out, and I was like, wow, okay, these guys are that's what they like too. So hey, we're out here giving it to you.
Oh, wrong ending music.
I like that. I like it though. Barely hear it. It's so low.
You can barely hear it. Really?
Yeah, I can hear it better. Yep.
Make sure to join Mike Ball and Black Dragon sometimes in the evening. We will be giving it to you. We'll be bringing you billionaires and millionaires and people that will help elevate you.
That's right.
Make you something bigger, better, greater than you were before. Mike Ball and Black Dragon doing it for you. And you. And only you. It's important that you know that tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow will bring upon us a shower of God's mercy.
Yes, sir.
We are nothing without one another. So try your best to treat your brother individually like a precious piece of solid gold.
Yes, sir. I love that, Aztec.
It's the biker angle. Yes, sir.
All right. On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss myself.
We're out of here, man. Hey, Mike. See you in the morning.
We'll see you in the morning.
Are we going live on TikTok tonight, or is that tomorrow? We're going live on TikTok. We haven't been.
I think what we should do is get everyone ready. Is we're gonna go TikTok live tomorrow, right after the show tomorrow.
Right.
That's what we'll do. Get everyone. Everyone's gonna get into the habit of, as soon as we're done live on YouTube in the mornings, Monday through Friday, we go live on TikTok. That's where everyone can talk with us, hang out with us, ask us questions, all that great stuff.
Man, for those of you who hung out, we know this wasn't biker news tonight, or any biker stuff at all. But for those of you who hung out with us and everything, we appreciate you. For our new subscribers, thank you so much. Hey, man, good evening, good night, and farewell. We'll catch you in the morning. Hey, have fair winds and following seas. I'm Black Dragon. That's Mike Ball, Black Dragon and Mike Ball. Monday through Friday, Friday through Monday, just having a great time. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.